Hi and welcome to this Team QSW video on the new Fanatic 2013 range. Now I'm down on the south coast with Nik Baker, my good friend. How are you, my buddy?
All good, thank you. All good.
Fantastic. We do this again. Every year we do a video on this kit, but this year you've got some genuinely new features, I think, which are really going to spark the marketplace and get you guys really thinking, do you know, I want to be on the 2013 Fanatic kit. So should we take a quick look?
Absolutely.
Okay, so first of all, something completely new. Nick, just a brief overview of this tri-wave board.
Well, basically, as you see, we've got the two wave boards now. We have a tri-wave and a quad fin. The tri-wave is, in real brief terms, fast, a little bit more lively, feeling above the water.
Yep.
You can turn off your back foot, you can turn off your front foot, so you can use your rail. Yeah, it's a really multi-purpose, really good all-round board designed for bump and jump all the way to full-on wave riding.
And I think that's the thing. This is the board that the non-full-on wave sailor can use, and still it's got that much drive that you're saying that
you can go sailing on flat water on the lake as your high wind board.
Right.
At the same time, you can go on every condition up to mast high down the line if you like. So it's got a very versatile range.
And great new colourway, isn't it?
Superb.
I love the red. Full-on red. It's just really good. Okay, so on to the quad.
The quad is the same board as we had this current 2012 year. Very successful, did very well pretty much unanimously around the world in the board testing. Same sizes, except what we did do for this year, we added a larger one. So we've added a 101 volume. So your bigger guys floating around, or your over 90 kilo guys, that's a pretty good light wind, bigger sail wave board for those.
And this has got a good following anyway, isn't it? You basically, I wanted a wave board last year, and I'm not a wave sailor, and took your advice, and you got me on an 87 quad. Yeah. And I tell you what, I actually called him back and said, this is the best board I've bought in a long time. So don't think just because they brought this in that it makes this redundant. It doesn't.
No, absolutely. I mean, if you're using for smaller waves, you really want to turn tight in the pocket. You want a lot of grip, a lot of drive, real specific wave boards. Then you get the quad is pretty hard to beat. They get a lot of control they have with the quads, with the multi-fin boards, but also they are performance boards, but they are actually pretty damn easy to sail.
Yeah, I'd agree with that entirely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's the quad. Now, this is probably, this next board is probably the biggest and most significant change in the Fanatic range, I would say, in many years. Tell us about it.
Well, the Freewave is pretty much, the Fanatic Freewave, should I say, is pretty much the class-leading board in this this segment of the market. We have done for a long time. Let's
get the light on this. Look at this beautiful blue.
They change them very subtly each year. They don't just change them for the sake of it. So they work very hard on this board, and they've been developing the changes that we've got on this board for the last 2 years now. So if you have a look, from the traditional single fin, we've moved over to a tri-fin. And basically what that does, we've got a slightly longer rear fin. That keeps the board lifting for your big 5.9, 6.4, 6.9 type Duke power wave sails.
Yep.
But also, by having the forward side fins, what that does, that holds the rail in the water.
Yep.
It gives you extra control, extra grip, and the extra ability to push and drive really hard for the turns. It also makes it, allows you to put less pressure on the rail, needing less pressure to make that board do a tight and grippy turn.
Okay, and also just taking a look at these fins. You're not cutting corners with these fins, are you?
I know. We've gone all out. As we know, we are a high-end brand. We only want to produce boards that are the top, the top
Maui
level.
Fin Company, genuine article. So
absolutely, you're going to have the best one now. You're going to pay the money to have a brand like ours.
And
you want the top end.
You hit the nail on the head. There's no compromise with these boards. You either do it or you don't.
Exactly.
And the great thing, one of the things which you guys have thought of is these are.
They basically fill the slots at the side. Some people are going to be traditional. They want to either try it with a single fin, or they like their single fin.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to basically say, no, you can't buy a Freewave anymore. We still want those guys to have what they want, because we know it performs very well. Block the side fins off. They can find themselves a power box centre fin pretty easy now. They may have one from their
all in stock at quayside.
Oh, exactly. So they can put that in. They've got a Freewave with a single fin. We have 3 ranges of Freewave, remember?
Oh yeah, tell us about it.
You have the standard, the wood sandwich, so it's not by any means a cheap, poorly performing board. It's still a high-end quality board, but it's our lowest price, if you like.
Yep.
They all come with a single fin.
Yep.
You then upgrade to the Team Edition, which this one is here.
Yep.
And from 75 to 105, tri-fin, the 115 is the single fin.
Yep.
And obviously we have our full-on, super technical tech stream, which come in 85, 95 and 105. They all come as a tri-fin.
And again, we have a tech stream on demo. Do try it out, because although these are very high performance boards, the difference between tech stream, if you were to compare it to the Sandwich, it's just absolutely amazing. But amazing. The quality of these boards are superb. I think you've done a fantastic job, Nick, and I think it's great that you held back with releasing this board, because you wanted to get it absolutely right. That was essential in this board coming out, and I think it's going to wow a lot of people. Yet you've still got the option of the single fin. So you guys out there, you can move on to multi-fins. I know there's a lot of nerves about it. You can come on to multi-fins. This does have more surface area than your old single fin. Just be aware of that, isn't it? So don't be afraid of that.
Less spin out, more control, more drive, more grip when you're turning. So there is not really any negatives to it, but at the same time, we don't want to say to you, you can't buy it unless you're a tri-fin customer. Another thing that's quite important, I think, for our new range, we don't spray our boards anymore. If you have a look, it's beautiful blue, and obviously between the ranges, we've got obviously the different colours, and the way they pigment, obviously the coating and the way the board is made when they're building the board. So you scratch it, and it's still the same colour. And that actually allows us to reduce what we did do. By doing that, we lost about 350 grams per board, which obviously we've gained a part of that back by putting the tri-fins in. So we've still got a light product, rather than having the same weight as last year plus the tri-fins, which would make the board heavier, which is something we don't want.
Okay, I'm so glad you mentioned about the bottom of the board, because actually with Fanatic putting the colour impregnated in the laminate, a couple of years ago, and I'm not going to mention any names, a certain brand painted their finish onto the boards. Within 6 months, it was peeling off and looking absolutely awful. As a retailer and as a user of boards, you're going to lose a bucket load of money. With these boards, they're going to continue looking great years down the line, which as far as when you come to change those boards, us dealers are going to go, we want some of that. So really good feature as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Let's move on to the skate. Quickly cover the skate.
The skate's an interesting range for this year.
It is.
Basically, the skate BiX glass version, which is our more nicely priced product, if you like.
$12.99.
Yep, is slightly longer, a little bit more aimed towards your bump and jump type freestyle. A little easier for getting planing, a less skittery. It's not designed so much as the team edition, which is shorter and literally just rotate, rotate, jump, rotate, rotate for your high end aerial duck tack. Switch stance manoeuvres, still perfectly capable of obviously doing that on this stuff, but it is also a little bit more forgiving, should I say, for you guys that are doing.
Well, I think most of the guys out there, the freestylers, we can have the best 5% who are going to go for the team edition. Most guys, in my opinion, from what you guys tell me, are going to go for this board. And in fact, price point, really good value for money, looks fantastic, and as you say, slightly easier to sail. And if you are a bigger guy and you want something early planing, stick a bigger fin in it.
Big fin, a little bit of a curvy back fin, like a big sort of wave fin, if you like. And that board literally lifts the nose out of the water and it transforms it. It makes it much more turnable, much more turning off your back foot. So as a jibing machine, it's really superb. Absolutely.
Great. On to Viper, because you guys who are coming into windsurfing, you're learning how to windsurf. Fanatic don't forget you. They also look at the boards and they give you options too. So Viper 80, I'd probably say the best-selling beginner board on the market today.
Absolutely, we do a lot of them, and I'm sure this early part of the windsurfing career, if you like, we want to take them from the word go and then feed them all the way through. At some point they'll get to a quad or a tri-wave, but at the same time we want to concentrate on these guys. These are the future of the rest of the brand. So we do a lot of them actually through Club Mistral, which is the biggest holiday tourist location where people learn to windsurf. So we develop these boards that are not too short, they're not too round, they're very versatile. They're also, what makes them such a great product is the actual versatility and the progressiveness of the Viper.
How far they can take you down the line.
Exactly. There's one thing, you can get a sort of short wide board where you upboard and get a feel for it for the first 2 or 3 sessions, but when you start progressing, you literally supersede them straight away.
You do.
Absolutely.
You grow out of it so quickly.
Yeah, with the Viper, you can put learning foot straps where you just learn to get a feel for when you're standing and non-planing, and you literally progress and progress and progress all the way back where you get to a point where you're planing. You can learn to do planing calf jives.
I'll tell you what, there are certainly foot strap positions on that. I think I'm going to be able to take that on a slalom course, aren't I?
I think you probably will.
Okay. so, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. So when you turn up on the beach, it looks as good as the rest of them.
Absolutely.
We also have the school option. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but this is the same version with no graphics.
Exactly. The idea with the school, they are sat out on racks, they're dropped, they're messed about, they're nicked, they're scratched. So it was a real simple way for us to keep them clean, simple, easy for the school guys basically to look after.
That's it. Nick, I hope you've enjoyed that. Once again, it's been great fun doing this with you. We always have good fun when we introduce the new boards, and I think the range you've got this year genuinely means that you guys have got something new to buy. So contact us, find out more information. We've got team riders at the end of the phone to give you advice on which board you should be going for. And Nick, thank you. I appreciate your time, buddy.